Hi guys. When I say the British press lie, you're about to see the many examples of how they lie and why they are lying.
But because it was such a personal piece of news, she really was the one that wanted to impart it to people. But also there was a kind of added complication. If you remember, there was a lot of disinformation around at the time.
A lot of jokes, which is just
jokes,
hideous.
some pretty nasty speculation, but they were quite rattled when it emerged that a lot of this had been fueled by Russian governmental bots. There was some research on it.
Yeah.
And it was a big issue for the royal family because obviously the royal family is a very unifying factor for this country.
And there you have it, guys. The lie that the reason people were piling on Kate was amplified by misinformation spread by Russian bots. That is not true. The reason people were piling on Kate, if you guys remember, those of you that were online, it started with people cracking jokes about BBL. Because at that point, the news had been spreading that, we've not been seeing Kate in a while. The royal family didn't refuse to release any statement clarifying what exactly had happened to Kate. And it didn't also help that in December, January, they were saying that Kate was going for surgery. So, of course, people took it and ran with it. The BBL jokes started, which were funny. Then they started making memes of the Willy Wonka experience, which also happened around that same time. And then in response to that, Kate's mom was driving what looked like Kate in a car. That also drove up speculation because we couldn't see her face. And then to make things especially worse, she released a Mother's Day picture that was supposed to shut down all the speculation, but it was badly photoshopped and it was rejected by AP in a very public way. That made things even worse and got it to a fever pitch. The Kensington Palace made things especially worse when they released a video of William and what looked like Kate walking, but that was not Kate. None of us who saw that video thought that was Kate. So all the missteps was by the Kensington Palace royal family machinery, made worse by the British press PR, because they refused to answer simple questions about where Kate was. Now, one last thing to say why they did it, because it's hard for them to accept that people were destroying Kate the way they destroy Meghan. It's simple. That's why she was saying, the royal family is a unifying force in the country. No, they are not. Not anymore. But instead of telling them the truth, and by them, I mean the royal family, they are still driving this lie. This show that I'm using caters to a certain age range. So, of course, they are going to believe it. But anybody who is savvy and paying attention, people are questioning things. People do not like the royal family in the UK.